Hey Virgos, welcome to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. Today we're just going to do a quick read here. Let's do a 3-card spread since we're all coming into the weekend here. And so this is going to be a quick 3-card spread for Saturday, September 30th. Numerologically speaking, this is a wonderful day. Basically it adds up to 12, which then reduces back down to 3. Definitely connections with the universe here, and we are coming into that full moon here, and basically I believe it should be today or tomorrow. No pressure. Either way, it should be maybe Saturday. Either way, which is, yes, September 30th. Wow. Okay. So coming into that full moon, let's see what's ahead of us. Just remember, it can be an emotional time. It also can lead to a little bit of fixation and indulgence. So just be careful. Make sure you stay grounded. Make sure that your heart stays balanced and your emotion stays balanced with your intellect, and practice both that emotional intelligence as well to make sure that you stay grounded and level-headed and compassionate, and don't overdo it. So let's go ahead and start out here by first clearing the energies. I want you to take a deep breath in. Spirit, please guide us. Help us with our discernment. And help us with our choices so that we can live our best lives and lead our best selves here for September 30th, this Saturday, the weekend. Okay, and so let's go ahead and start out too by pulling a place. I've been doing these last, but I just want to switch it up. And so Spirit, help us with the signs. What is the environment that Virgo is currently working with here this weekend? What are the signs that are going to best lead them and help them? That's a lot of signs. Let's not do that many. All right, let's see here. Help us, Spirit. And so it looks like a roof. So right now on Saturday, we'll be looking at a protective canopy, rooftop views, overhead shelters. But what I love about that is it gives you that higher perspective. And so look for places where you can really find that higher perspective and not get too trapped in those details, too trapped in the emotional piece of things, and find a lighter air. Looks like also too bench, rest, relaxation. So going within, once you take that perspective, and really looking at it, really doing some inner soul searching on it, finding that pause and ponder moment to really make sure that you're taking in that perspective here and using it to the best of your abilities with your discernment and your choices of action. Let's just pull one more here, Spirit, before we start looking at our tarot and what we've got ahead of us here with just a quick 3-card spread. Just one more message here of what Virgo can pay attention to and notice the signs along the way. Thank you, Spirit. And so, amusement park. And so this weekend looks like there may be some things here coming up, some good events near you. Basically thrilling rides, carnival fun, festive atmosphere. Coming into fall as well, we do have harvest starting to happen. I know in my area, Apple Fest is coming in. But either way, there should be some good opportunity for celebration. And what's nice is you've got that higher perspective. You've had time to pause and make sure that you're taking that in. Find a safe place, rest and relaxation to be fully rejuvenated. I can talk. And ready for what's to come here this Saturday. Looks like we're shaping up to have a good weekend. Wow, this guy just jumped out at us. So for 3-card spread here, currently, this is your energy. You're in an energy of the 4 of Wands, which is basically prosperity. You're reaping your harvest. You're seeing success. And you're surrounded by that familial bliss. Now, this can also lead to marriage. It represents stability and peace, but also to balance and harmony. And so now that we've had that time to take the perspective, to rejuvenate, we're ready for events to come, and more importantly, we're seeing the success of our investments and what we've sown. So this is wonderful for Saturday, especially with that full moon here. It's such a great time to manifest, and what this is telling me is you've really done a great job with seeing where you want to go, taking decisive actions, and more importantly, making sure that it's a practical plan and a pragmatic outlook. And so Spirit, let's go ahead and see the energy surrounding here. Surrounding Virgo here this weekend with this event that's coming up here, or this excitement that's surrounding, good energy of excitement and playfulness around us. What can this lead us? Right, let's see. We do have some clarifying cards here. So first that we've got basically surrounding you is the Emperor. And so you've got a lot of leadership that can also represent authority, management. It could be a workplace setting situation, but for me what this looks like is the community, whatever kind of event situation is happening here. You're coming in, you're ready to reap, you're seeing success with that, but more importantly, you've got support. The Emperor normally represents, trust, that you're trustworthy, that you've got self-discipline and reason, most important, and also too the ambition, that vision, and you're supported at this time. It also can represent, how to organize that, and like kind of what we were talking about before, like looking at developing that practical plan. But it also represents, an opportunity of order, developing and ensuring that you've got good boundaries and good structure so that you have those stable foundations to really build from. And so this is fabulous. This really lets me know that for the, especially just looking at your reads previously in this week, you've been tested a lot, you've been tempted a lot, a little unsure where to go. Friday, it really looked like, you saw the light in some ways of really taking that decisive action and building that practical plan. And Saturday is really bringing that into the 3D here. And so this is fantastic. And also, too, to take that action, you've got that energy behind it here to really bring it into the community. And so to me, it really looks very entrepreneurial. I don't know if you guys are starting a business, if you're in a position of leadership, but to me, it really looks very much like you're starting a business here this week, whether it be in the kitchen. I think that was a card that we had pulled, or also too connecting it with the heart and the soul, but really finding that passion. Now also too here with what's to come, you've got the Five of Wands, and so there can be clash of ambitions. It can lead to chaos. One thing that I always like to say is, out of order comes chaos, so it is an opportunity there, but be careful that, to not be influenced too much by the envy of others or the lack of unity or potential disputes or competition that you may be faced with. Now, as a clarifying to that, though, also another forewarning, you pulled the Four of Cups, and so, what I see in this is that be careful about this, the potential of negative influence around you, and make sure that you're always taking that higher view, remaining grounded and poised within that and within your independence. Basically what the Four of Cups really kind of says is, there can be discontent or disappointment coming in the wind. Now if you're not careful, this can lead, to self-pity where you'll back off from those dreams. It'll kind of take away from that power in some ways in that action. And so make sure that you're taking the time to meditate, to not be too seclusive of yourself, but also to, have the opportunity to reevaluate and reposition. And so what I like about this is there are, potentially some issues going on with basically where your support is and the vision is, and really wanting it to come into the 3D with it being embraced. And so it's more of the embracing part, I think, that might be a bit of a fear situation or a struggle that's at hand. Now what I love though is you pulled the Magician at the end of the deck. And so what that tells me is if anyone can do it, you can. Basically the Magician is full of spiritual and constructive creative power. What it tells me is that through any adversary aspects that you may encounter with this, or if people are struggling to see your plan, you have the self-mastery. You've kind of gone and done that deep dive throughout the week. You've found that practical and pragmatic plan, but more importantly, you have the skills behind it, and you have the perspective with the grounding and the energy, the energetic action here behind it as well, to put your ideas into practice and start manifesting this. And so what this tells me is that everything is ready. Oh wow, and look at that, the High Priestess right underneath. You're ready. And so you know, between your intuition, between what you've learned, you may very well be going into an entrepreneurship of spiritual teaching, spiritual healing. It certainly seems like you have some wonderful things that you are doing. So, sorry, I bumped the camera there. But looks like, Virgo, we have an entrepreneur here. I'm not quite sure what dreams you've been plotting, what leap of faith you've been working towards. But at this point on Saturday, it really shows me that you are ready to fly. And more importantly, your wings are ready for you to fly. So if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more readings with the cards and the Honey Sea Star Tarot. I can't talk. Honey Sea Star Tarot to help guide you and help lead you with discernment and more importantly, love and light. And so have a wonderful weekend, and we'll look forward to the next reading. Thanks, love.